you were like a young lone wolf criminal.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
You go to young offenders. Are you making some criminal connections now and like getting more established?
You know, that's the thing when you get to prison. You do that. It's like a learning thing. You know, it's like learning college at prison. You know, I was meeting people. I was meeting lads from Manchester, like Salford, Wivenshaw. Not so many Scousers and stuff like that, because they were like that north-south divide in prison. You know. Even Scousers were robbing Scousers in Italy at that time. You know, they were ruthless.
Yeah.
You know, they were ruthless for robbing their own. I was thinking, hang on a minute, at least we're not robbing our own, blah, blah, blah. But I did start making connections with these Salford kids, and they're like, start getting cars and start selling them over in Manchester, start getting a bit more money. I was getting like 300 quid for a car, and they were getting like 5 ton. And I got talking to this kid from Wivenshaw. He's like, if you can get them cars, I'll give you 5 ton all day just to get one car, do you know what I mean? So I ended up getting in with these lads from Wivenshaw and Salford. And that's how I started getting onto the armed robberies and that's you make some big connections in there, but you also learn a lot in there as well, because you got nothing to do, have you? You sat around for 24 hours, and all you're talking about in young offenders is what you're going to steal when you get out. You know what I mean? What you're going to do? What are you going to start selling drugs? Are you going to do this? There's no plans to go straight, is there?
No. You're always meeting connections, aren't you?
Yeah.
And as you say about with Scousers, whenever I went, I started off in Walton, and then we ended up in Accrington, Northumberland. But when I'm down there, they're like, he's a Scouser. He leaves them, the thieves.
Yeah. It's the accent,
because they've got that name.
It's the accent, isn't it? It's like, even though you might be from Wirral or Birkenhead, and like the accent's similar, isn't it? People just think Scouse straight away, Just pick
but
up.
they have got a bad name in jail for robbing, like they have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they have got a bad name in jail. You're robbing my trainers, yeah.
They go in packs, don't they, too, like hyenas.
They're taking my trainers off. I still have thinking about that. But another mad story about that is that when I went back about 2 years later on, I had these Reebok boots on that my mum had bought me, and I just thought, you know what, these are not fucking going anywhere. So I've gone in the shower, and I'm having a shower. I'm a little bit old, about 2 years older by now, and I put a bit more timber on, and I'm having a shower, and I look back, I can see this kid, he's fucking eyeing me. So I got out, and I was like, I said, you'll have to kill me to get me boots, you know what I mean? Just like bravado kind of talk, So this kid from Salford, he's like, I want your boots and stuff like that, I'm going to kill you and all that. I was like, you're going to kill me for a pair of Reebok boots, really? Do you know what I mean? Just fucking crazy,
So that jump then from car theft to armed robberies, did that phase you in the beginning? Or was it like something that everyone was doing and you thought it was cool and let's just do it?
No, I mean, it's like, there is a bit of a jump there, but like for me, I was always into nicking cars and driving. So, I've been driving since like 14 or something. So, and when you start driving when you're 14 and you're getting chased off the police, you're in situations where it's very stressful, but I managed to get away a lot of the times. So when people see that, these older guys see that you can drive and they see you in these cars and that, this is where you get picked up for your skills in driving, and that's what I used to do. I used to drive at first. I used to drive on a few bits of work for people. I'd be driving, and then obviously I get asked in. You know what I mean? Do you want to come on a bit of work with us? Do you want to do a bit of graft with us? And that's how you do. That's how you make that jump. It's all about trust, Shaun. You can't. Some of these guys that I were grafting with, they'd already done some big bird before. They're not just getting. They're very careful about who they want with them, because you're getting caught. You're looking at like a 20 stretch of some of these graphs. People are going to squeal on people. It happens. People start squealing. And they want somebody who that's done a bit of jail, that's gone to jail, kept their mouth shut. Because when I've been in jail, there's just so many fucking grasses in jail that have grassed people up. Or you talk to someone and say, "Oh, well, grassed up off him. It's in my depositions, or gone QE against me and stuff like that, So
when you first held a gun as a young person, did you get that powerful feeling? Yeah,
definitely. You get it's like a fear thing, innit? When you start pointing a gun around and all. I remember this guy who had this gun, and he was doing armed robberies with it, and he said to me, he was in the flat. I was only about 17 at the time, and he'd probably done a bit of graft with it. And he's like, if you're going to do an armed robbery, how would you do it? And I was just like, I got the gun and was like, give me the money. Like that. He went, no. He went, give me the fucking money. He put the gun right in me. He went, that's how you fucking do it. Do you know what I mean? I was like, well, hang on a minute. Do you know what I mean? He got carried away. I was like, whoa. But just to have it, just to hold it. If you've ever held it, obviously you have done, but they're heavy, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? They are a lot heavier than people actually think them, you actually see. But they are heavier. And the kick that we used to get off them, But I think it's like respect. Once people know that you've got a gun, people kind of keep away from you, or just it's the ultimate kind of protection that you can have. Not much so over here though, Shaun, do you know what I mean? A lot in the States, I suppose, but over here, you can get hold of them, but you have to know some serious connections, you know what I mean? You can get all the shotguns out all over the place, but for a proper handgun, you need to be knowing some people.
You're paying good money too.
You're paying a lot of money, mate. You're paying a lot of good money for a good gun.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
And you can't just sort of like meet someone in the pub. You have to know them.
Oh, you have to know people.
If you meet someone in the pub and say get you a gun, you just walk away
just bring
from
the police on you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Get your BB gun. You get police to jump all over you when you get out. You know what I mean? I've got a guy, you're asking me for a gun. Get on the fucking floor. What the hell?
So we had shooting ranges in Arizona, and we grew up to the desert target practice. How did you practice?
Well, I just used to practice up on the moors. Do you know what? We used to shoot at stolen cars. We used to shoot at like big tins of paint. Shot at big gas bottles, shooting them, trying to get them to explode. All crazy things like that, know. All bonkers stuff. But I don't know. I don't think you can actually explode a canister with a gun, even though we give it a good go. The bullets just bounced off it. But just homemade targets and stuff like that, like cutting things out of cardboard. That's what we used to do, cut like a silhouette of a guy out of a cardboard and just do stuff like that. But
did you have a good aim?
What's that?
Did you have a good aim?
Do you know what? My aim's not too bad because when I was a kid, I used to have an air gun. A 2-2 with a big under pull thing like that. We used to call them elephant guns. I was 10-year-old and I was left alone with it all the time, and I was like the best marksman ever, do you know what I mean? I never went to school. I just hung out in my bedroom window and shot everything that was on the street. Nothing lived.
Magpies and stray cats.
Nothing, everything. I shot everything. Tin cans, birds, everything was just dead, That's all I used to do. I had a pretty good shot, So,
How did it go then from driving to actually doing an armed robbery, and how did that feel to do your first one of them?
I suppose it's just, there's no feeling like it. It's just sometimes it's different from different jobs. Do you know what I mean? I found in the past it's sort of, I've been like on my last jobs, it's sort of like autopilot. I've got there now. A lot of work I've done has been on my own, Shaun. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm very funny about who I work with. So a lot of my jobs were on my own. So almost like autopilot. I've got there. I've parked my car up. I'm thinking, right, I know what to do. This is what I'm going to do. Give it a bit more time. And there's not, do you know what? There's no real feeling in it. Do you know what I mean? You can't have any feelings because if you do, it could stop. It could stop what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? You could just think, oh, do you know what? I'm going to get locked up or what? You just can't think that I'm going there, I'm doing this, and I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean? And that's the way I used to do. And then afterwards, we used to become used to get the feeling of euphoria. Do you know what I mean? I suppose like when you're doing a bit of work and you're waving a gun about in somebody and you're threatening them and stuff like that, you do get a feeling of power. Do you know what I mean? I have had the feeling of power over people. I'm dressed in black. I've got a balaclava on. I've got my gloves on. You don't know who the fuck I am. I've got a gun. I'm putting it in your face. And to see, I know it's sad to say, but to see people frightened and finger, I used to fucking get off on it.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get off on it, because. That's just that's what I did,
Did you do it straight-headed too, or did you get coked up?
Do you know what? I never ever did anything on anything.
That's wise.
I never did anything while I was high on anything. I was kind of like Shaun. I was into all the parties and all the E's and all that.
Yeah.
Sometimes my jaw's still gurning now from the night. You know what I mean? I had that many E's, third-degree gurns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which clubs were you going?
Oh, I went to Shelley's in Stoke-on-Trent. I went to Entropy. That's another story. I used to sell pills in there, and I used to buy
in Shelley's.
In Shelley's, I used to sell pills in Shelley's.
We may well have got pills off you.
Yeah, I used to sell in there. I used to give 100 quid to the black bouncers, 100 quid to the white bouncers to sell. I used to sell my pills in there, and then on the way back we used to go to a salvage yard, and I'd pay for a salvage, a crash car. So then the salvage would get dropped off. I'd go out and hit the car, and then I'd ring it, then I'd sell it, and then I'd steal it back and ring it again. I was fucking loads of madness like that.
Did you get down to the Eclipse in Coventry?
Do you know what? I went to Eclipse in Coventry, Shelley's, Entropy, where else used to go? A place in Birmingham.
Yeah.
We used to set the pill, Eclipse, you set all the pills in there, pockets full of pills. And I honest to God, I was like, what, 18, 17 then, we come out of there. But do you know what, best buzz ever, because that was like when it kind of hit over here, when it was like, that was when it was big time in Shelley's, you know, and pills were pills, and you'd have it and you'd be sledging your back out, and you know what I mean, like everyone's hugging each other.
And it wasn't moody, was it?
No, not moody.
Not moody.
No. No moodiness, no.
As long as the spray away guys in the Burgos.
Yeah, gold chains and all that. All that.
You know
like
what I mean?
Maxine's all stood off in a corner with gold chains. All Salford boys like that with big chains and big bracelets on.
With all the
none of
just
that.
coked up like you're fucking going mad.
Dorman dancing on these for the first time.
I was watching it the other day. I was watching it on YouTube, all clips of Shelley's and stuff like that. There's loads of loads of clips online about Shelley's, and they look absolutely off their boxes. And I think that was me, you know. That was me, but that was like when it was, you know, when Ease was starting to get big over here, and the club scene and stuff like that.
And they were proper Ease, weren't they?
Proper Ease.
You'd had to dance up. If you sat there, you'd sledge, which was all right too, right? But you had to actually work on your knee, didn't you?
Yeah, it's nice. It was
people say, I could take 10 or 15.
Yeah, no, these were straight from Amsterdam at the time.
Yeah.
White doves.
We were getting off my pal, and he were bringing them straight from Amsterdam. There was nothing in them, do you know what I mean? You were absolutely just sledging, like, jaw all over, gurning your back out all over, you know. So, yeah.
Some people were scratching little birds on aspirins, weren't they, trying to sell them to us?
Yeah, Shelley's used to do big business in Shelley's, yeah. As long as you paid the bouncers, you could do pretty much what you wanted to do in there, you know. Yeah, as long as you covered your ass in there. Never even got no mither off the police or anything, you know. We were lucky really, because at that time people were getting big jail for ecstasy, you know, for selling pills and stuff like that, you know.